come on. I see you've been signing a few autographs. You'll sign a few more whenever you're finished with this, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, no problem.
That's okay. And great to have you. As you said last night, whenever you always come over to the podium or to the marquee to talk to everybody there in hospitality, and I said, well, I see you in Coleraine, you said, definitely. You said it was one of the highlights. You love to get out here and say hello to everybody. And I think people appreciate seeing you, Richard. I think that's correct, isn't it? Yeah. Fantastic. Now, you'll be looking to improve your podium position tomorrow, won't you?
Yeah, I have a couple opportunities come tomorrow. I've got 3 races, 2 Super Twin, and that Super Sport race that was very interesting last night in more ways than one. But hopefully we can go one better on Saturday. And we all watched the race, and we're all fully aware of how it unveiled.
I know, more ways than one. You should be in the diplomatic corps. That's amazing. Could you describe to people what you mean by more ways than one, like a wee bit, without going too much in the nitty-gritty?
I'm not taking nothing away from the rivals. It was a great race. I did everything I could to be at the front at every opportunity. I wasn't quite prepared for the speed of the Ducati to pass me on the last lap. It took me by surprise. His timing was perfect. It didn't give me an opportunity to respond to the speed of the bike, and I really didn't get a chance to study where he was quick, let's say, compared to when I was battling with Davey when we was back and forth. So, yeah, Michael, he took advantage of us. He deserved the win. We are, in all honesty, we don't have much more to come from my R6, and I don't believe we need to get much more from it. Perhaps just a little bit better track positioning come Saturday. Hopefully should see us. I would really like a Super Sport win to add to the one I achieved last year.
I listened to you and look at you, and I've talked to you a lot of times. I think you learn a wee bit from last night going into Saturday.
It's difficult. I think you never stop learning. I think Steve would agree with me at the Northwest 200. You think you've got the circuit dialed, you think you've got your braking markers, and then somebody does something different to what you're doing, and whether they're faster on the entry or maximise the exit, there's no such thing as the perfect line, should I say, around here, because it's so wide open. And each year I try and improve on myself, and I feel like we're doing that. I feel like I rode better than ever last night. Second was the best we could do.
Coops, obviously talking about lines in the circuit and learning, the course has changed here slightly. You've been working behind the scenes, overlooking at it and so on. Obviously the link road's different, the approach into Ballysally roundabout. Does that take a little bit? I know it's the same for everybody. Does that take a little bit to get at one with before you can get on the pace?
I feel the improvements are a massive improvement. Steve, sort of the first lap from the link road up until the roundabout, it took me almost a sighting lap to realise that, okay, the grip level was good, the track was in theory the same sort of layout that it already was, albeit opened up a little bit in a few areas. And we can't rest on any lap, Steve. So once you've had a good sighting lap 2, we attacked it as we always do, and the lap time has improved slightly for our class, not by a massive amount. It doesn't necessarily mean it's come from the link road. It might have come from another part of the circuit, but I feel the improvements that the Northwest 200 guys do year in, year out is only making it better and safer for us riders.
You've been around a long time now. You've won a lot of championships and a lot of races and various different things. And even though you look like you haven't even started shaving yet, but
he's not even a drinking age. He's only 14 for God's sake.
What else is on Coops' hit list to achieve before? I'm not saying you need to be retiring soon because you're still flipping fast and winning. But what else is on your hit list that you want to achieve before you knock it on the head?
I honestly don't know, Steve. I started this year off in America at Daytona 200, something that I really enjoy doing, something that I've almost achieved, a podium there the past 2 years.
You don't see a lot of frustration, sorry to butt in, you don't see a lot of frustration from Coops. You were frustrated there.
Yeah, year 1 I crashed out of contention, year 2 the bike broke out of contention, and when you put so much effort into something that's so early in the year, Daytona 200 is in March, so we prepare really early. and then you come back and then you realise that the BSB's not even started and you've almost ticked off one of the big objectives of the year before March is even over with. So I would really like to go back there. I'm fortunate enough that Peter Hickman, you know, a competitor of mine, takes me on board in his team, pays for me to go. Probably going to keep my prize money if I ever finish. But you know, I would really like to achieve something there. The Northwest 200 is a special place, especially when the sun shines. And I wasn't that bothered about returning to BSB. However, we had a small conversation in the BMW Park, Ferme, Alton Park, and you mentioned to me that a good friend of mine put a lap time in. And your words were, that's how you ride a lap, and that's how you put a lap time in. And you might have just lightened something in my head that I might need to come back and perhaps ride the BMW F900, which is a one-make series.
I knew it would.
That Steve, yet again, is part of. He changes his T-shirt and he entices me in because the prize money is great, and I love a bit of prize money.
Well, Richard, I have to tell you that we really appreciate you coming, because you always give back. Whenever you come to this event, you come, you say hello to people like that. I know you'll learn. Can we expect a couple of good jewels tomorrow from you then? You'll be right up there.
Yeah, I mean, not just my class, you know, we can see that the competition, nobody can draw a winner until that last lap, and I feel the Super Twin race on Saturday, the Super Sport race, Saturday afternoon, I would like to be on the podium in all three races. I really want to win. In all honesty, I don't mind which class it comes from. You know, I want to taste the champagne from the top step, but it's not going to be easy, and I will be giving it everything I've got for sure.
So we'll see you in the marquee tomorrow.
If I'm on that podium, there's no doubt I'll be in that marquee tomorrow.
I know you will. For that, you're always a good fella for that. Richard, you're going to stay and sign a few autographs for us. Ladies and gentlemen, sure, I appreciate Richard Cooper. Come on. We're getting near the end of the show, but we have two people here. You might know them. I'll give them